All right, get ready. We're taking a close look at the Jaysen Gris chapter you sent.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this kingdom of monohawks,
Yeah.
opulence, danger, royal secrets galore, it's all there.
It really throws you right into the thick of it, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You go from a collapsing chamber to a daring escape, and boom, we're knee-deep in palace intrigue before you can even catch your breath.
No kidding.
Really?
Our hero Jaysen saves Princess Greta from almost certain doom.
Right.
And the scene is so vividly written, you practically feel the dust and hear the stones collapsing around you.
Wow.
But it's the king's reaction I found really interesting.
Okay.
Relief, sure. But there's this underlying tension, particularly towards Navi, Jaysen's mother, that I couldn't quite put my finger on.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd think a life-saving act will be met with pure gratitude, but King Arito layers in this almost resentment towards Navi. He can't seem to give a compliment without a backhanded remark attached.
Exactly.
Right.
Like when he praises Navi's past service on his council but calls her bold and arrogant.
Yeah.
What do you think he's really saying there?
I think it's a classic power play.
Okay.
He's acknowledging Navi's influence, but simultaneously undercutting it.
Right.
Especially in comparison to Jaysen. It's a way of saying, you are powerful, but now your son is my loyal subject. You see this kind of strategic downplaying throughout history, especially in royal courts, where influence equals threat.
Which makes the king's next move even more intriguing. I mean, talk about pressure. Offering both Jaysen and Dee, his brother Karen, a place in the Silver Nine.
Right.
That's not just an honor. It's a life-altering commitment.
It absolutely is. The Silver Nine, you have to think of them as the king's personal guard, but elevated.
Right.
Only the most skilled, the most trusted warriors in the entire kingdom even get considered. So this offer, while incredibly prestigious, is also a way for the king to bind these young men to him potentially for life.
And he plays his cards so well. He appeals to Jaysen's sense of duty, invoking the legacy of his father, a respected figure in the kingdom. You can practically see the wheels turning in Jaysen's head.
Precisely.
Right.
And insinuating that joining the Silver Nine would be the ultimate act of loyalty and honor, both to family and to the crown.
You picked up on that silent exchange between the brothers.
Yes.
I found myself holding my breath because so much is left unsaid. This isn't just a job offer. It's tying their fate to the king, potentially putting them in the line of fire.
Exactly. And that's where the author's skill shines through. We feel the weight of their shared history, the way they rely on each other, without a word of backstory being explicitly spelled out. That's what makes you want to know more about what they've been through.
And just when you think you have a handle on this whole power dynamic, Princess Greta throws a curveball. Up until this point, she's been relatively silent since the rescue, but then she approaches Jaysen privately, and things get really interesting.
It's a brilliant twist, isn't it? Up until now, Greta has been this enigma.
Yeah.
But this encounter with Jaysen really pulls back the curtain on her character just a bit.
I was so surprised when she apologized for her past behavior toward him.
Right.
It felt completely out of character, almost like she was uncomfortable with that vulnerability.
Yeah.
What do you make of that shift?
I think it's important to remember that Greta is a princess, raised in a world where appearances are everything and power is a constant negotiation.
Right.
So on the surface, we see this almost apology, but if you dig deeper, it's laced with a subtle reminder of her elevated status.
Okay.
She even implies that Jaysen only earned this apology because of his newfound position within the Silver Nine.
Right.
It's a classic manipulation tactic, making someone feel indebted to you.
And then she drops that bombshell about already having one of the Silver Nines in her pocket, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's so casually said, as if she's reminding him who holds the real power here.
Precisely. It's a power move disguised as a confession.
Right.
It makes you wonder, who is this guard?
Right.
What's the nature of their relationship?
Yeah.
And how will this impact Jaysen's loyalty now that he's joined the ranks? It's a strategic reveal designed to keep Jaysen off balance.
And to his credit, he doesn't back down.
No, he doesn't.
He even challenges her, pointing out the convenient timing of her apology.
Yes. You can almost feel the power dynamics shifting in that moment.
Oh, yeah.
She's used to people bending to her will, but Jaysen pushes back.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks volumes about his character. He's not easily intimidated, even by a princess.
Right.
And I think that defiance only makes her more intrigued by him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a definite shift in their dynamic as the conversation progresses.
Right.
It goes from this tense power struggle to something uh, charged, almost flirtatious.
Yes. You picked up on that too.
Yeah.
It's like they're back and forth. The subtle challenges and veiled threats create this undeniable tension.
Yeah.
And remember, Greta thrives on control.
Right.
She's used to getting what she wants, and for the first time, she's encountering resistance in Jaysen.
Which leads us to that killer cliffhanger, right?
Yeah.
You've made your choice, she says.
Mm-hmm.
But what choice has he actually made?
Right.
It feels loaded with double meaning.
Yeah.
Is it about the Silver Nine or something more personal, something tied to her?
That's the brilliance of this ending.
Yeah.
The author leaves us hanging, questioning everything.
Totally.
It's not just about a physical escape or a royal appointment anymore.
Right.
It's about navigating the intricate web of relationships and hidden agendas within the royal court.
It's like she's giving him a choice,
Yeah.
but on her terms, which is a pretty dangerous game when you're dealing with royalty.
Okay. Absolutely. You're right to be wary of those kinds of deals.
Right.
But what struck me about this final exchange is that we see a crack in Greta's facade.
Okay.
When Jaysen challenges her, there's a flicker of something vulnerable, a hint of uncertainty that's rare for someone so used to wielding power.
Yes. It made me question her motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Is she really interested in Jaysen, or is he just another pawn in her game?
That's the question, isn't it? And I think the ambiguity is intentional.
Okay.
The author wants us to puzzle over Greta's true intentions, just like Jaysen is doing.
Right.
It's what makes this chapter so compelling.
Yeah.
We're left with more questions than answers.
This deep dive has been quite a ride. We've got court intrigue, near-death experiences, and a royal family full of secrets.
It's a lot.
What's the biggest takeaway for you?
For me, it's the subtle ways that power dynamics underpin every interaction in this chapter.
Okay.
From the king's backhanded compliments to Greta's calculated apology.
Right.
Everyone is jockeying for position, trying to maintain control. Mm-hmm. It highlights how, even in a kingdom as opulent as Monohawk's, appearances can be deceiving and no one can be fully trusted.
Absolutely. It makes you realize that Jaysen is walking a tightrope here.
Yeah.
He's caught between his loyalty to his family, his duty to the crown, and his own personal feelings, which are clearly stirred by Greta.
Exactly. As you continue reading, I'd encourage you to consider this. Can Jaysen successfully navigate this treacherous royal court while staying true to himself, or will he be forced to compromise his values to survive?
That's a question worth pondering. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
But the conversation doesn't have to end here. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what happens next. Until then, happy reading.